You're such an asshole.
Hey, I'm out here at Asshole Consulting, where you could go if you have any questions, need some kind of guidance, leadership, consultation, wisdom, swift kick in the ass from a guy who's 40. He said, why would you? Because I have fucked up more than you, and I know exactly where you're going down the road in life, and I can ensure that you don't step on the landmines that I did. I can't promise you riches, but I can promise you be not a fuck up like me. Actually, I'm a pretty successful guy, but that would be too arrogant to say. Hey Aaron, I live in a small farm town in Iowa, and there's next to no places to meet people. If you're not a drunk, a druggie, then there's nothing to do in this town. I don't have a car, so I can't skip town like most people. I check to see what social clubs and activity groups are around, and the best I could come up with is summer softball league. Since we're deep balls in autumn, that does me little good. I hate bars and clubs as they're full of R-types and thugs, not to mention boring. I'm considering going to church to meet people even though I'm a Satanist. Not joking. Because churches are full of K-types in theory. No. They're not. They're pussies. I know to keep the Satanism under wraps. You think? Should I suck it up and eat the wafer, or do you have other suggestions for meeting people? I don't want to go to church if I don't have to. Go ahead and make this video because I'm positive that I'm not the only guy with this problem. Well, I would not go to church, and church is not the solution. Because, especially if you're a Satanist, you're just going to throw yourself... Look, you don't want to hang out with the thugs or the booze hounds or the meth heads. And then, though we could say Christians are generally a higher caliber, nicer people, maybe a better quality people, you're not going to get along with them on theological grounds. I mean, you're just not going to... So that's going to almost be wasting your time. So I said, well, wait a minute, why are you stuck in this time? You say, I don't have a car because it's a luxury I can't afford right now. Well, you're fucked! The thing is to move. All right? You are a seed, and you have been planted on concrete. And there's no way in hell you're going to grow there. There's just nothing. You got to leave. That's it. That's the whole point. Now, the real issue is, well, you don't have a car right now. Hang on, how old are you? Look, I can understand if you're 16 or 17, you're just a kid living with your parents. But if you're an adult, get a fucking car. All right, there's none of this fucking excuse. The only excuse you can have to not have a car is if you live deep balls, to use your phrase, in a major metropolitan area where it doesn't make sense to have a car. New York, Chicago. I think that's about it. I think those are the only places you shouldn't have a car because it doesn't pay. All right? So I don't care. Here's what you're going to do. I don't care what you got to do. You're gonna plot your escape, and you're gonna need escape velocity, i.e. money, to get out and go find a job somewhere else. So your main job now is to get a car, which means you're gonna go find some job in that town that you can do. I don't care what the fuck it is. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you like it. Fuck whether you like it or not. Does it pay enough money is the key thing. You're going to work your ass off. You're going to buy a car. In the meantime, after you're done working your little shift, you're going to go online and you're going to start finding jobs in towns or places that you actually do like. Now, if you want to really save some money, it's a long shot. If you could find a job to do online, that might be something to consider. And I got a guy, you could go to academiccomposition.com. His name is Alex. If you have internet access, you could work from wherever. The work is boring. Don't expect it to be rewarding. That's millennial talk. We don't do millennial talk here no more, all right? He will give you money, however, and you will be able to work from wherever you want. Now, if you're a pretty good writer, he can have you write books, or not books, he can have you write people's paperwork as well, their homework in college. But right now, as it is, the job you're qualified for is to simply do his marketing, which means you're posting ads. It's boring work, but it'll get you money. And then with that money, you could buy a car. And with that car, you get the fuck out of town. Now, the other thing you can do, you don't necessarily need a car to escape, but by gosh, it really limits your options as a young man, is you can start applying for jobs elsewhere online in different towns that you don't know whether you're going to like or not. But let's just say you go for the biggest town nearby. Start applying for positions there so you can live in the big town. Right? And then get a bus ride. Work up the money to get a bus ride out there. Get an apartment right next to where you're going to be working. But neither here nor there. You're going to be somebody's bitch for a long time until you can work up the money to at least be mobile in this country. And until the point in time you get some kind of education or some kind of skill set that people are going to want. So what I recommend you do, I'm giving, this could be the silver bullet that kills the wolf. All right? You go to academiccomposition.com, contact Alex. Say you're interested in working for him. All right? And maybe if you're a good writer, I don't know, but if you write well, he might be able to hire you as well for another capacity. But otherwise, you're going to do the shit-ass marketing job. And then you got to apply. He's not going to give you the job. You got to apply. But then you go ahead and maybe that will set you free. Then you could go ahead and live wherever you want. But my God, man, every American man needs a car. Every man, right? So that's rule number one. And well, you also need a job before that. But that's your goal right now. We're going to do baby steps. We're going to get you out of the town, which means you get a car, or you move via bus to another city with a job. You're going to apply for jobs online, all right? And then go ahead and see if you can't get a job through Alex if you qualify. If all that fails, what you got to do is you got to find employment in that town, no matter what it is, and slowly work up your way to buy a car. Right? And what's going to be great about you working full-time and then at night applying for jobs elsewhere or finding online work as well from your internet is you won't be going out into the town that you hate anyway. You won't be, I know it sounds odd, but what, staying at home is going to make me less depressed? I want to find and meet people. Yeah, but you going out and trying to meet people that aren't there, that will make you even more depressed than staying at home and being occupied mentally with this mission. So that's what I would do. You're going to plot your escape, money, car, jobs. That's it. Anyway, best of luck to you. Toodles.